Busted.
Okay, everybody, welcome back to another episode. Giddy up. It's summertime, babes.
It's summertime officially.
Truly.
Do you use that? Babes?
Babes. No, but I do like when people use that.
I know. I wish I was like a girl that did that.
I wish I was a cute girl. I don't really have any sayings except for like bad words.
I feel like I go refer to like bro or like dude, and that's just guess that's just me.
Yeah.
Not cute.
Well, speaking of summer, Erica and I had a really cute day of shopping, and so for our 10 and 10, we want to tell you what we got, our favorite things. So I can go first. I love... Deep breaths. I love hair clips and pins, and so I was able to grab some like seashell ones and pearl ones and things like that, which are like super summery and fit the vibe that I want my like summer aesthetic to be. So I got those. That's like my top thing that I'm excited about.
I really like those. Those are super cute.
Like your hair thing now, like you like that makes your whole outfit is just like it's like a little thing.
Yeah, it's true.
And it's so cute. True.
Thank you. I didn't get this today. And I've not been feeling cute in our shopping, so I kind of want to talk about the things I didn't get.
I love it.
Well, you heard me laughing. I was actually like, this is comical. I
was trying not to like get into it because I hate those moments because it's like it is funny, but in the same time it's like funny like like my psycho's gonna come out here soon.
Yeah, let's talk about the medium vest. I'm a medium girly. That is my size, medium. Yeah. Usually I can consistently fit in that. Sometimes I get larges if I like it baggier.
Same. Isn't that crazy? Look how different we look and we get the same. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, that's a whole other thing. Yeah. Continue.
So I found this cute vest. I have a black vest where I don't wear anything underneath. I just like do the buttons and it looks cute. I like it. So I found a brown one that was a different style, whatever. I put it on. I'm not even kidding you. This is as far as it went on my body. And if you're not watching the video, it went to about my nipples. And I couldn't, there was no closing it. And it was so tight on my armpits.
But this was Marshall's, right?
This is Marshall's.
Yeah.
But I'm like a medium for children? What?
Literally. For the dog, for Luna's neck.
Actually, though, like, it might not even go around.
No, there's no way. But
so that was one item. Go to your next cute thing that you like.
I got really cute shorts.
I know, you got some good stuff, and I'm excited for you.
I got cute shorts. I got like Old Navy shorts, which I feel like the jeans at Old Navy, you can't go wrong. Okay, so also in the car, Erica made fun of me because I like immediately gravitated towards like the jeans section everywhere we went. But in the car, I specifically stated that I only really wanted like work shorts, and then everything else, like for the summer, I wanted to steer clear of jeans. I wanted like flowy, oh my gosh, flowy pants or like dresses, rompers, things like that. I got everything jeans, everything. And anyway, I got some really nice shorts, some that I can wear to work and some that are like cute, like summer, throw on, like bathing suit, switcheroo, cute top.
Were those also from Old Navy?
I got one pair that were like kind of stretchy, more like boating shorts, but like jean kind of, with like a cute little tie belt. Those were from Marshall's, and then I got like regular jean shorts from Old Navy.
Nice.
Two pairs.
I will preface, we went to thrift stores first. They all smelled like actual ass.
I forgot about that. No, like I couldn't breathe.
I couldn't even focus. The smells were too much. It was too much.
You know the moment where you're like basically suffocating yourself and you're kind of like breathing like quick from through your like nose, just like quickly, and then like out your mouth. Like that was kind of like how I was just like dealing with it.
Yeah.
And like we did give it a go. I will have to say, like, I think the first one being color coordinated really helped my brain a lot. The second one, the kids, you know,
The kid on
Just
the
have
little, like,
oh,
plastic.
hell no. Tricycle thing.
It's like,
Zooming in and out like it's freaking The Shining in here. I'm like, can you? Somebody come grab your kid. It's Friday. It's not the weekend yet.
and then that guy was like, dance off in electronics. I was like, I can't. I'm so overstimulated, and I'm sweating. I stink. I feel gross, and I don't want to have a dance off in the electronics section, so we gotta get
It's
away.
so funny though, because we're going through that, and in my mind I'm like, it's so funny, but I'm like, I gotta be cool for Erica. Not for Erica, but it's like thrifting, like for the vibe, for the aesthetic, when like literally both of us are in the same misery. We could have looked at each other and been like, can we leave? Can we leave? But in the moment, I'm like, I said I wanted to go thrifting. This is my, it's like, you like work yourself into thinking like, no, you have to stay in this spot. When literally it was like.
We really could have left in 0.2. We could have
yeah, easily
gone in and turned right around. And then we walk into Marshall's and I'm like, this is so much better. I can't handle it.
Well, I will have to say, though, when we were pulling up into the Marshalls, I was like, I don't know what we're about, where we are, first of all. Never been here before in my life.
Never been in this area.
And, I'm like, what are we about to walk into? And it really felt like the gates of heaven. It's like, oh! Like,
The smell smelled great in there.
Like leather and... I don't even know what else. What else smells good in clothing stores?
Well, it kind of smelled like perfume. I feel like they have like a good perfume going.
Yeah, anyway.
Okay, so my next complaint is linen. Because I have been wanting, for actual years now, to find linen pants. People that I see that are wearing them, I'm like, those look so cute on you. And I feel like linen is really making its way around. And so there were so many options in the store. Ask me why the 2 linen pants that I tried on fit completely differently. One was so tight on my thighs and my butt, and like it just fit so weird, but then like loose on my waist. I'm like, well, this is not attractive. And then the other pair that I put on were just so see-through, but for some reason it like accentuated all of my cellulite.
Like ripples.
It was, yeah. So I was like, I don't even think my legs look like this normally.
No, they don't.
But
yeah, I think we must have tried on the same pair.
Because that is horrifying.
Yeah, that was my thing with the linen. That was I found some really cute ones, the reds, and I really liked them. But for me, it's like, do I really want to dedicate every time I want to wear these with a cute outfit? I have to make sure I have my tan or white thong available. Like no other underwear is gonna fit, and I just like that's not worth it to me. Like if I can't just like wake up and like put on, I'm not the kind of person, like I will match if I have to, but like summer I don't want to have to think about anything. I want to like put on a bathing suit, and like it would be cute with a bathing suit maybe, but even still it's just like the see-throughness is really difficult for me to get over, because it's just not worth it to me. On top of, okay, you may not be able to see my underwear, but are you about to see my sweat stains when I sit up from any chair, anytime, anywhere in summer? Like, your girl's got a thick booty, and it'd be hot down there, okay?
Thick
Booty. Anyway, next thing I loved.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm being negative Nancy.
No, that's totally okay. I really was super jealous of your shopping haul that you did before our Miami trip. And so that like Mediterranean style skirt, I think that kind of style is in, and I was able to find something very similar to that.
What skirt are you talking about?
The skirt that you have, it's like Mediterranean, like it has like not olives. It's like,
oh,
you know which one.
I
It's
do.
like,
I do. Like in my skirt.
Why?
My
Yes.
skirt.
Why can't I think of the print? Like, what is on there?
It's like, I feel like it's like French, maybe.
Well, you know what kind.
Yeah.
Well, I guess mine would be French too, because it's like blue and white. Anyway, this is so not
Everyone's
even important.
like, I don't fucking care.
Yeah, literally.
About your shopping trip.
I just found this like really cute strapless dress that I think I'm really trying to like find things that not only fit like my body shape, but also like what my skin looks like and things like that. I've been really using ChatGPT, and that's been helpful. So I used that recently, and I think that's why I had some
Okay.
success. Like I really
How
tried
did
to.
you use it?
I literally, what we said podcast is what turned me on to that, because she had talked about making like a whole workout routine through ChatGPT. So I tried that, and I wasn't really a fan of that one, so I was like whatever. But then I was like going back to when we did the Color Me Wise thing, and I was like, I want that, but it's also like I'm having trouble finding pants or things that make, like, sometimes I wear something or I'll be editing the pod and I like see the shirt that I'm wearing and I'm like, I love that shirt, but I look so like, granted you can only see this part of me. And so I'm like, okay, I know that I don't look like, I'm having body dysmorphia, so I'm like, I know I don't look like that, like what is gonna really fit my shape? So I just typed in what is most flattering for someone. Like I sent in like my picture of my skin tone, and then I did my dimensions, like height and weight, and then I did smaller torso. And it said like like monochrome things are really nice, but if I don't want to do, you know how I have a thing about like this matchy things, so it's like don't do like printed pants, like do monochromed pants, like stick to one color for your pants, and like you can do fun tops, like V-neck type situations. Like I have this one, like even this kind of shirt, like I like them, but I don't think that this is like recommended, because I feel like with someone that has a little bit of a wider shoulders, like set chest, it kind of just makes it look bigger, whereas like smaller straps with a wider chest, like even though it's like a little bit more like boob showing, just like give it like more of like a V hourglass shape.
Interesting.
Anyway, so I think that was really helpful, and the dress that I got I think is cute. Oh my god.
This is actually going to be our whole episode.
Seriously, I'm so sorry. This is crazy.
I love that we can talk about this. My next complaint is actually related to my chest, because I hate wearing a bra, and I know that I have boobs. So I know that they will show in the shirts that I wear, but I try and wear shirts that either are like more form-fitting, so it kind of like holds them in, or they're like flowy enough to where it doesn't matter. But at both Marshalls and Old Navy, the two tank tops that I was like excited to try on, full areola. Like, it was not even like, oh, it just doesn't look great without a bra on. It was like, no, I can see every part of your nipple. So that was disappointing, because, and it's like shirts where you'd have to get like the special bras to like make it work.
Yeah.
I'm not about to do that.
No.
I have the like sticky nip things, and those are just annoying.
No, and they never work.
And then you're so aware of it like the whole night. I'm not gonna do it.
No. It's not worth it. I do think, I will have to say that I do like some of the built-in bra like things that they have. The only issue with those is that they're like working out material, and it's like, that's cute for like a yoga class or like to go on a hike or out and about like shopping. Like this is cute, but I don't know if it would be like going out or like I don't know, or like the outdoor logo label thing is on it too. That's the only thing. And when you have like things with the pads and you wash them and they get all like flipped in, it's like, well, what's the point? Anyway, the next thing that I got cute earrings from Old Navy too. Just like the little ones that they have like on the side. They're not like the most expensive things, and like the most like, it's not like full on fucking gold, but I feel like one was red and one was green, and I feel like those match some of the colors that I want to wear. I don't know.
I love a good pair of earrings. I found some at Target recently that I'm excited about. What are we on? 4?
4 or 5? I forget.
Do you have one more after?
I think so. I didn't write all of them down. Now I'm just like off the fly, but I can come up with another one.
Okay. I'm like, should I switch to being positive now? But I do have other things I could complain about.
I love your complaints.
That is the high-rise jeans that are too high, mid-rise jeans that are also like not really mid-rise. They like cut you right where it's gonna like, your roll is just gonna go over. And then I'm like, I don't like low rise. What rise do I get?
That was a test for me today. It's just like sometimes things just don't fit and I need to just say no.
Yeah.
Like I want it to work so bad, but the fit does not work. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'm having I know I said I got jeans, but I did only get like the pair of jeans that I got I'm like obsessed with. I love, I'm glad good. I got them. And like the shorts and stuff, but the other ones I'm like I could make it work, but it just feels like I don't like it.
Yeah.
I just need to stay clear of jeans. I'm so over them.
I know. I went crazy at Madewell last year or the year before, bought like really expensive jeans, and now I put them on and I'm like,
yeah,
I don't want to wear these ever. So
those are cute though. I like the ones that you got.
Thanks.
Yeah.
They just like hug. I feel like they like hug everything kind of weird.
So
and then I have to wear the right shirt that like doesn't.
It's so I hate it. Okay. Do we want to do one more? Or should we just move on?
I feel like we can just move on.
I feel like we're good.
You have something you really.
No, I mean like I said everything I needed to say. And to be quite frank, I wish I would have done things that I hate because I liked that more.
You like had a successful haul.
I did.
Though.
I did. You're right.
So I'm glad
it worked out.
Positive.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Speaking of things that we hate.
Honestly, though. Honestly.
Can I just intro it with how I told you about this idea?
Yeah.
So we talked about this like a few episodes ago about Iron Flame. If anyone knows what that book series is, it's Rebecca Yarros.
Yeah. And what's funny is I posted it on TikTok and I was like, Feyre or Violet, and no one responded. Speaking of engagement.
So everyone really knows. Everyone's really engaged in those books. I know they were like a big thing a few years ago. And Onyx Storm, the last one,
just came
out this year. And I have yet to finish it. And I feel like for a minute, I was reading it in the beginning of the year and I feel like I was just not really getting into it. And kind of what I alluded to last time, I'm like, okay, you guys just make out and then get frustrated that you can't do anything more. So, like, this is annoying to me. That's
honestly, what's the point of reading? We're not hooking up here, so.
We're a quarter of the way in and nothing has happened. And so I'm going to move on. But I started reading it again. I've been, like, reading a few chapters at night. And I just am getting so annoyed by their... like the romanticism of their connection. Mm-hmm. Because in the book, the guy is like super possessive. He's also like, oh my gosh, my girlfriend is a badass. She's so smart. She can do all these things, blah, blah, blah. But then he like doesn't really let her do those things. Mm-hmm. And I don't know why I was like infatuated with that dynamic. Literally last year or 2 years ago when we were reading these in our fun employment days. Mm-hmm. But now I'm reading them and maybe it's just because of like the relationships I've had and like experiences I've had in the last year. I'm like, ew. This is so annoying. And I can see so clearly like the manipulation that's happening and like him being that way and then like busting into a room and then like having this like steamy moment where I'm like, okay, well now you're just having this like sexual chemistry whatever to distract you from the fact that he just threw someone into a wall because he like almost moved your hair off of your face or something.
Yep.
And so, anyway, if you don't know why I'm going on this tangent, what we were going to talk about today is, like, deal breakers in dating or relationships. And maybe not even deal breakers as much as it is, like, yeah, I think it is. Because if I am in that situation, that's not sustainable for me. I can't do that. That is so toxic. No, that's just a no for me.
Yeah.
So
I also think what's so special about being single is the ability to have a deal breaker list and like constantly be able to manipulate it and like change it as it comes. And like I think it is different based on like dating deal breakers and relationship deal breakers, but like I am in constant judge of other people's relationship and in a way that's like, hold on. Sorry, had to do laundry. Dee, 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 dee. Okay. But, like, I'm not judging in a bad way, but I'm like, I am at a point in my life where I've been single for a while. I would like to be open to a relationship, but I'm very picky, and I'm not about to, like, give up my free time, my time off, me doing all of the things that I want to do with either by myself, with friends, with my dogs, with my family, for the sake of a boy or someone else to walk in. Like, for what? Like, you have to be able to fit, we have to be able to fit and make it work, all of these things. And so I do judge, or I'm very critical about things that are going on, and I feel like I see certain things, whether it be fictional or in real life, like with other like characters or family, friends or whatever, and I'm just like, I either really admire that, or I'm gonna add that to this motherfucking list because I don't want that in my life. And I just, like, it's fun that we did an episode of like our icks and things like that, but I think this is just more like, I am not willing to give up this.
Yeah.
If that's involved.
Happening.
Yeah.
For sure. And I do think, because you kind of mentioned it, it's like, you don't want someone who's like spineless, that has like no, I don't know, a little jealousy. We talk about it. Like, a little jealousy is good.
Yeah.
A little like protectiveness or whatever is, it feels good to know that someone like, I don't know, cares and is like, yeah. But there's a difference. There's a difference between doing that and then like getting into a fight with someone over something so stupid, or just like, yeah, saying you can't do something because you're so insecure in yourself, or I don't even know what it stems from, like a lack of trust or whatever it is, but that both of those things are a no for me. Because when I have been writing my like deal breakers, this was August of last year, 2024. I must have written this before then.
Yeah, maybe you updated it.
Yeah.
And that's like it noted the update of like last
viewed. I'm like, that
viewed.
doesn't make sense.
No, that doesn't make sense.
And I had said on there originally, this is like a little bit different, but I had said being like lazy is a deal breaker for me. And I feel like I kind of need to expand upon that. Because I think I was in a relationship prior where they literally never wanted to do anything. And I felt like I was like being so annoying by asking if we could like go to the movies, or like, hey, we've been dating for 2 years, should we like plan a trip or something? So I guess when I think
some
of
sort of
lazy,
milestone or something, I don't know.
do you call that lazy, or do you call that like,
I would call that lazy.
yeah.
That's hard though, because I think that I can be lazy sometimes.
Fully. That's why I feel like I needed to expand upon it, because I'm also like, I love a lazy like day or week or even like era.
Yeah.
The winter.
Actually, I'm actually looking at my notes, and I have one, and this might go on side with what you were saying, if that's even a saying. And I put, okay with doing nothing or making something of nothing. And my thought process is like, there are some days where I really don't leave my bedroom, or like I don't leave, like I just want to watch TV. I just want to stay at the house. Like the only time I leave is maybe to walk the dogs. Like, I need you to be okay with that, and I don't want to feel like pressured to like constantly do something. And sometimes like I love my dad, but he kind of has that, well, what are you doing today? So did you do anything today? Like, well, that's nothing. Did you? And I feel like even when I kind of have to be like, well, I had to lay out the list of the things that I did to make it seem productive. And this is how I came up with like, oh, I have computer time scheduled. So I love when I have computer time, because what does that mean? Who knows?
Just
and so
online shopping.
Literally, that's what that means. And so like, I have other days where I'm like, okay, I am like, all of a sudden I'm ready to wake up and take the dogs to the beach or go on a trail, or like, let's do something like spontaneous or things like that. Or a moment or a time like today where it's like, okay, we had this like scheduled out like thrifting shopping, but like loosely, like this was our time. And then all of a sudden it's like, we're going out to eat because we have like a craving, and like then we're going to somewhere else. And it's like, that is just how like my life is. And I need someone that's like gonna be okay with like the nothing part, as well as like sometimes something comes out of that nothing, and if you are not like that, then that's a deal breaker for me. So it's a little bit different than what you're saying, but I feel like it expands on the whole like laziness, because you can't just be like no ambition, no nothing, just like sitting around playing video. Like the video games is a thing for me too. I'm like, because that, you know, like I just, you know what I mean? So maybe like that.
Yeah, I think I do get what you're saying, and I fully agree. I think when I originally wrote this, I feel like it was coming from a place of lazy about the relationship and lazy about taking care of yourself. And like, I don't want to feel like I need to be like, hey, you haven't moved in a week. Let's do something about that, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I want you to want to take care of yourself and to, like, want to... And I had a fried chicken sandwich for dinner. Like, I eat unhealthy. There are days when
I'm lactose intolerant and had a chocolate milkshake, and it was so good. Don't regret it. It was delicious.
But I feel like my overall trajectory is wanting to, like, take care of myself.
Yeah.
And I have been in relationships where that is not really the case. And I'm like, we've been laying in bed for 48 hours. I need to move because I feel like I am like disgusting right now. That's fine if you don't, but like, how long is this going to go on? You know?
Yeah, actually, I can't believe I forgot about that, because I think that was like a huge like deal breaker in like past relationships of mine.
Candy bar for breakfast.
No, I'm sorry, 3 candy bars.
It's so bad.
What cracks me up about it too is the one of the candy bars was fruit and nut. Cadbury fruit and nut. Hates fruit, won't eat fruit, but fruit and nut chocolate bar, I can't. My hands are on the table. That's how, like, I'm serious. But yeah, no, I completely agree with that one. I can't believe. See, this is what happens when you're single for so long. You forget all the shit. Like, I forgot.
Yeah, but then I feel like I was just in something where we were literally like running half marathons on the weekend, and like fun, cool. But I don't need that. Yeah. Like, that was, like, awesome that we got to do those things together, and that he enjoyed a lot of the, like, same activities that I did, or, like, wanted to do those with me. Like, that was great. But I didn't feel like I necessarily needed that, because I will go and run by myself. I will go and do those things. Yeah.
I think, like, too, after you saying the point about Onyx Storm and that whole, like, relationship, I'm thinking a lot about just like the balance between a lot of things, and that seems to be a deal breaker for me, of like, for the example of like the controlling piece, or like toxicity in a relationship, which like obviously we don't subscribe to, but I think I'm not perfect, so I personally don't think that a person who is just like, it takes a certain kind of person to love me, and I understand that, and honestly that's what I'm attracted to. Yeah. And take that as you will. So I think when it comes to those type of things, I just don't like the word like controlling, but I think when it is like a little bit of a like boundary, or like, you know, maybe more like specifically toward the like fictional characters, when it is like, I'll use controlling in their example, but it's like that balance has to balance out somewhere else. So like, you can't, what your example was before is like, you can't say like, oh, my girlfriend's a badass and she does all of this stuff, and then stop her from doing all of that stuff. There has to be like a little bit of a balance. And I think like on one of mine that I put, which is like way different than the example from the book, but for me, and I see this more in like relationships rather than dating, but I have a tendency to be attracted to people that like to joke around and have like same kind of humor as me, and like be able to like have like, you know, make fun of in a playful way. But I think sometimes when there's like a lack of respect for someone, that ends up like diminishing. And so if you don't have like respect for your partner, and then you kind of build this relationship based on like making fun and like poking around and joking, it like is real quick to like turn around, and then it becomes like mean or resentful. And I feel like in my past there seems to be like a lack of balance between those two things. And so it's like, I need you, like, I'm attracted to the playfulness and, like, being able to, like, you know, if I say a word funny, you know, I don't want to be the kind of girlfriend or person in a relationship that's like, oh my God, stop making fun of me for, like, I want to be able to joke. But what ends up happening is, like, there seems to be, like, disrespect, or it's coming from, like, not a good angle. I don't know. I can go down a rabbit hole, but I think that is, like, a big deal breaker for me. And that's kind of like a long explanation. So that's kind of why I say like there needs to be balance when it comes to certain things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I feel like what you said about like respect, like the respect needs to be there, because it's like you poke fun at someone, but you also like respect them as a human being. You're not like going to such an extreme just to get the joke across.
Yeah.
Where it's like you're tearing that person down.
And I feel like you can fully like feel it and see it. And I think that the way that I've like really approached dating is like, as soon as I get that icky feeling, I'm like, not even is it an ick, it is a deal breaker. Because I'm like, I'm not about to like go through this, because I can just kind of tell that this is the kind of person you are, and I've been there and I don't want to be there again. So
yeah. I have on mine like, these are, I feel like, obvious, so I'm just gonna group them all together, like lying, manipulating, gaslighting. And I was thinking back, and this was like a more immature relationship, my like first long-term relationship. Some PG examples from that I think have still, like, it still is a thing in my mind, and I have to actively work on like not projecting it onto other people, is like stuff in the phone. And I'll give two examples. One, I got a random like from this girl on Instagram, and luckily I saw the name in the notification before the like went away, because it was an accident. And then I'm going down the rabbit hole. She's only followed by him, and I like see that he's liking a bunch of her photos, and so then I'm like, who is this person? And he tells me that she's like a friend that he met out there in this group, whatever. And I need to just like trust that that's all that is. Mm-hmm. And then as I like, now I'm like becoming obsessive about this girl. I'm like randomly checking in on like what else has she posted. And like, you said you were doing this. Well, it looks like she was also there, and you never mentioned her. You know, those type of things where I'm like, you're not necessarily lying, but you're not necessarily telling the truth. Then later, when we like had some space or whatever, a moment of space, that come to find out you guys had made out during that time, but we were not talking, so it was okay. And then it's like, now I'm like, was it okay? Because yeah, technically we had space, and I'm like trying to like justify that. And also trust that now you guys can still just be friends. It's like that type of behavior I will not do. I will not like make myself feel so paranoid and just like that I'm the crazy one for thinking those things, when I'm like, clearly something is happening here. And, you know?
I do. I truly believe that like nobody should have to go through that, and like it's so tough. And I think that sometimes like, I don't even know, it's so frustrating, and you think you're gonna change, or that they're gonna change, or sorry, you think that you're gonna change them, and that you also think that after time, like, your good behavior is going to, like, in turn make them have good behavior, and then in turn your relationship will get better. And, like, I've seen it in mine, I see it in a lot of people in my life, and I'm just like, like, you're sticking with swimming in mud for the sake of hoping it'll, like, clear up, when it's just like, it's just not going
good.
to. I know, what? I don't know.
That was really good.
I was also looking at my notes, and not to go back because I think I clearly made the whole, like, joking and respect thing, but I also put, like, with that kindness, like, I like joking, but I need respect and kindness, and I think that kindness is a big word. I also hate that this is on mine, but I feel like it needs to be, because it has been an issue in the past of, like, I think that young and immature Ellie was just attracted to the people that, like, obviously there was an aura, but also just, like, who would give me attention regardless of, like, maybe who you are, and then I would just really kind of, like, really want to make it work regardless of a lot of different things. And I think I will never again be with someone that does not align with basic human rights. And I think that I've made, like, so many excuses in the past because it was a little easier to, like, hide it through my, like, privilege. And I think that in this day and age and everything that's going on, which again is privileged of me to say because this is not, like, a new thing, but it's like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. Like, I'm standing, and I think that has a lot to do with some other things too, like the decision on whether or not to have kids, I think plays a big part in, like, deal breakers on the other side of things, especially when you're, like, looking for a relationship.
Yeah.
But I think how you approach, I don't even want to, like, get political about everything. That's why I'm just saying, like, the way that you approach, like, human rights, like, we need to be on a very, very similar page, or else it's not going to work. I talk about it constantly, everywhere, all the time with everybody, and I like to have open dialogue with a lot of different people, and I need the person that I'm with to be able to do that. So, yeah.
I agree. I don't know that I've ever dated someone who I don't feel like is on that same page, but I do get, like, I guess I should say I don't know that I've ever been in a relationship, but I've definitely, like, dated people where I'm like, the comments you just made, we will never last. This will never work for me.
Yeah.
So I'm referring to this list I had originally written, and I had said on here, like, excessive drinking and drugs regularly. And I think that this stemmed from being in a relationship with someone who actually had, like, an addiction and, like, a problem. And I don't even want to say that that's, like, it is a deal breaker, but I think it goes back to, like, wanting to take care of yourself. Like, I'm all for having a good time. We were just talking about it. Yeah. Like, I love having a danger. I love going out. I love Vegas. I love those things. Yep. And that's so fun. And I don't want to be, like, so prude or think that, like, sorry, you can only have, like, 3 drinks. But if I'm actually having to be like, wow, you've had, like, 17. Do you want to stop? I'm actually concerned for you. I think that I just don't want to do that. I can't be your therapist. I can't be your, like, AA sponsor. You need to have, if you're actively, like, working through that, I'll support you. But I think that it's not something I want to go through again as, like, someone who's not clearly wanting to help themselves.
I think once you see someone, I don't know, like, I try to have empathy, but I think a lot, like, I've recently had to deal with this situation, and I think that really turned me off to like wanting anything remotely serious, or like all of the feelings that I had for this person, even if they weren't a good person to begin with, like completely went away, because I was like, oh my God, like I don't want to be in a situation. I just, it's not, yeah, that's too much. I want to be able to be with someone that, one, can be around my lifestyle, and like surprise surprise, I smoke, like I you know, like I don't need to be judged by anybody, and I've had that in the past, but at the same time, like, yeah, excessive drinking and being an alcoholic, and then also like going, like, being around someone that's having like withdrawals and like having to take care of them, and it's just a lot. It's like it's a lot to deal with, and I just don't want to. So yeah, that's also on mine.
Yeah.
I have a few more to list as well. If my family, more specifically, if my sisters don't like you, it's a deal breaker.
Oh,
I
that's a good one.
I also like wanted to just dive a little bit deeper into this. I think the main thing that I've seen in past relationships, and that's something that's just like not going to change, is like how I communicate with my sisters. I think that you don't really know unless you live with me, and I think Erica's like seen a lot of it, literally. But I just, it's not going to change. I am going to call my sisters. I'm going to tell them what's going on. I mean, obviously I want to like respect us and our relationship, but like my family and my sisters are going to be there, and like they do the same for me. They call me. They know, you know, I am there for them when something is going on in their relationship. And that's just how we just deal with things. And I think a lot of people can't handle that. They don't want their business being like broadcasted to the rest of the family, and I totally understand that. I just, that's what's gonna happen. So if you if that's a deal breaker for you, I understand it. But like them, whoever, constantly saying like you need to stop, it's not gonna stop, because then it's just you're gonna create a wedge. And then lack of patience. I think this is I put this for more of like my dating deal breaker. I think I am just like been so pretty open on the podcast about like going back and forth between like dating apps and things like that. And, you know, I think just like dating is like really tough. Mm-hmm. And I think that when I'm looking for a partner, I need someone that is going to understand that like sometimes I cancel, or sometimes I need things like planned out, or it's going to like some days like, you know, I need patience. And I think it's been really difficult like dating, especially in San Diego. I think it's just like the constant like go, second date, like we got to label it, we got to do something. And it's just like, that's not really necessarily how I work. So I like someone that's going to be patient. And then my last one, and I think it's like probably a big one for me, is a deal breaker of you're unwilling to compromise or apologize.
Woof.
Like even to the smallest degree, I remember having an argument, a full-blown argument about interior design. We were designing a fake house that didn't exist in the future, and we could not agree on anything. I'm like, Ellie, was that not a get out. I'm like, how can we not? And like, maybe it's a reflection on me as well, but too bad this is my fucking podcast. So, you know, like, if you cannot compromise on anything, what is the point? And then on top of that, like, if you can't apologize and own up, like, we all make mistakes, and I understand that. And I think out of everything, like, as a huge deal breaker, sometimes it's like take it or leave it. I understand that. But at the end of the day, the biggest thing for me is like, if we cannot approach it as in it, like our relationship, with like kindness and respect, and you are unable to just be like, I'm sorry, what are we doing? Yeah.
The compromise piece, which I think goes hand in hand with listening. Because I'm like, do you want a relationship?
Yeah.
Or did you just, like, what did you want when you brought another person into your life? And you brought another person into your life who has their own wants and needs and things, and are you hearing those? Because it feels like you're just saying, okay, and then we're continuing on the path that you want. And that doesn't work. I don't know what that sound was.
It's late. No, it's just, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. No need.
No. I think, like, obviously, I could go through and say all the things that I want in a relationship, and then the opposite of that would be things that aren't going to work. But I feel like these are definitely a lot of, like, everything that you said, too, are things that I'm like, if I see signs of this, immediately no. Like, I'm not going to go through the experiences that I've had again. I've learned from them for a reason, or I just don't even want to experience that. I don't want to experience a relationship where, like, whatever it is the case. This was good. This was very, like, centering.
Well, I think just, like, a few things have happened in our lives recently where we've just been like, whoa, like, either seeing it from afar, reading it in a book, or dealing with it with our own life of just, like, as much as I want and need, like, human connection, there are certain things that I'm, like, not willing to give up. And it was a good reminder to be like, oh yeah, here I am. Like, this is where I stand when it comes of, like, boundaries and things like that. I think this was good for me because I know summer, I've been, like, really trying to manifest a lot of things lately, and I know something big is coming my way.
I do too. The energy you're bringing every morning, I'm like, okay.
I know. I don't know what it is. I feel it. I feel you out there waiting for me, coming for me. It's gonna be big. So I'm just, like, trying to prepare myself, and also, like, it is nice to just make sure, like, I am centered to be like, okay, like, yes. Okay.
So when some other little distraction gets in the way, you can flick them away.
Just like that. Bing! There's that noise.
That's, yeah. A little bee. I don't know what's going on. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for what's ahead. I need to find that energy for myself. Right now, I'm just in the spin zone. But I think this was good. This was good. The conversation.
Yeah. And summer are like, we're right there.
It's happened. The first day of summer has happened. I'm so glad you told me. Yeah. Because I was like, summer's already over.
And look what we did. Like, what a fun little day.
Wait, was today the day?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Not when this comes out, sorry everyone, but it was for us.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. Happy first day of summer.
Yay. Love ya.
Love you. It's gonna be good. All right, y'all. You know where to find us. Polite as Fuck Podcast, wherever you get your podcasts. And we'll see you next week.
See you next week.